Hello, hello. It's Pema again. Today I'm going to go over the pros and cons of having a home-based business. And I got this information from Ryan Nelson's article in Home Business Social that he published in 2013 back in January. The first thing to talk about is some interesting statistics. What he said was 20% of home-based businesses make between $100,000 and $500,000 per year. And 70% of the home-based businesses succeed in the first 3 years versus only 30% of regular businesses succeed in the first 3 years. 44% of home businesses are started for under $5,000. And there are 38 million home-based businesses in America, and 70% of all Americans would prefer to be self-employed. So that means there's quite a few people that would really do well in a home-based business. So what we want to look at is what are the pros and cons of having your own home-based business. The pros are there's no building lease costs, there's no commuting because you work right at home. You have many work-related tax benefits, and you have no boss because you're on your own boss. You can choose your own hours, and you can spend more time with family, especially if you work with your family at home and create your own hours. Then you can spend time with family or work depending on when the family's around and when you choose to work. Some home-based businesses require you to build a team, but you can choose to decide who you want to work with, and you don't actually have to have employees. You can actually holiday when you want to. You can schedule that anytime you want. You don't have to be dependent on a boss telling you when to take your vacation. Your business is purely online, so you can take it with you wherever you go. And there's more money. You have less outgoings, therefore you have more money in your pocket. The only cons are related to the fact that you have to be more disciplined because of the fact that you are working at home. You will tend to be self-motivated, and sometimes you'll forget to turn the clock off, and you have to remember to not work overtime and not work all the time. Sometimes friends and neighbors know you're working at home, and they may distract you, so that you need to let them know when you're working and when you're not available to socialize with them. You need to try to remember to keep your personal life separate from your business life, which is a little bit more difficult when you're working from home. Need to keep your personal and your business finances separate, especially with your taxes and insurance. And you can do that with different software programs, but you have to be very good about keeping them separate. Everything must be done by you unless you delegate, and it's important that you do delegate so you don't burn yourself out. In general, the pros do outweigh the cons, so it's definitely something you want to consider, and I hope that you find this synopsis of the pros and cons of benefit and that you choose to have a home-based business. Thank you.